Hello everyone, I'm Joe and welcome back to my channel to learn more science with me. Now, COP28 has ended a few days ago and I want to do a bit of a review to see what we've achieved from it. Okay, so first of all, what is COP28? So COP28 stands for Conference of Parties 28th meeting. Now, this is actually the 8th meeting after the Paris Agreement, COP21, where we signed agreements to go net zero by 2050, which means to not add any other unnecessary carbon emissions into our atmosphere and achieve 1.5 degrees Celsius temperature on planet Earth. Now, every year, in about November or December time, for about 2 weeks, world leaders get together in a chosen place by the United Nations to talk about what they've done to achieve goals, what we need to look at further, and maybe even sometimes make some new goals. Okay, so this COP28 was held in Dubai, and the president was Sultan Ahmed Al Jaber. He actually set off a bit of a drama. Let's go through what happened. Okay, so it's the start right now, and everyone's just coming. All the world leaders, indigenous tribes, young people, activists, climate campaigners, businesses, they've all come together in Dubai to talk about climate change. Okay, so everyone's shaking hands and they're taking their seats. They're listening to the inspirational words of those people until this happens. The president says that there is no science behind the need to move on from fossil fuels and switch to renewable energies. He also said that a 100% renewable energy world is not realistic. Portugal ran for 6 days only on renewable energy. Take that, Mr. President. So then all of that happens, and then everyone got quite angry, and I think the reason why he said that, there's actually two reasons why. So he's actually the head of a really big oil company in the UAE. In fact, I think it might be one of the biggest in the world. And so he would have said something like that. In fact, there's an article saying that the UAE tried to use COP28 to sign more agreements to make more oil, which is exactly the complete opposite of what we were there for. And then the second reason why he said something like that was because he thought of this. We can carry on emitting our greenhouse emissions, no problem. Now in the future, we're going to use carbon capture where we take in the carbon and then we put it underground. Now the problem, and let me explain to you why renewable energy will be much better. So fossil fuels, why are they called fossil fuels? They're fuels that we take out of the ground. So they can be like old animal bones that have just disintegrated, and then we dig for coal, we drill for oil and gas, like in the North Sea where it's really famous for. And then we know at some point we're going to run out of those fossil fuels. Now something like renewable energies, let's take solar energy for example. Solar panels use sunlight to make energy. The sun is endless. It's cheap. In fact, the sun is free for us, but it's cheap to put up solar panels and it's good for the planet. That's good, isn't it? Which is why we need more renewable energies. So some people got really angry, protests started happening, and the COP president did this just to make sure he doesn't look like a bad person there. He's made 3 agreements here. So the first one is a transition from fossil fuels. Now, I don't think transition is exactly what a goal would be, because we are transitioning from fossil fuels. Many people are switching to renewable energies. We're making more eco-friendly choices now. So instead of transitioning, I think the next big step we could take, let's rephrase that. Stop using fossil fuels or phase out fossil fuels by this sort of date that they come up with. That would be much better. And then triple renewable energy uses. As I said, many people are moving on to renewable energies, but I'm sure we can do more. And I think that's a really good goal that they set. And then supporting developing countries. So that's a good thing. So the developed countries are going to send money to those countries that need help, so then they can move from the fossil fuels and the bad things for the environment, and also they can recover from the environmental impacts that people have given to them, like the floods and heat waves and stuff like that. One thing I'm really happy about is that they talked about fossil fuels. So they've always talked about fossil fuels. For the first time, they've made targets about fossil fuels. And they've proven that fossil fuels, they've taken that to the COP. And they've said fossil fuels are the main problem that's causing climate change. So we need to stop using fossil fuels. Maybe not stop, he said, but at least he was talking about doing something with fossil fuels and set a goal. Okay, now I honestly think that this COP was a complete waste of time, money and effort, because we didn't really achieve anything. We didn't do that much. In fact, when the goals were set, the president of this COP28 meeting didn't smile or anything. He didn't laugh or anything. In fact, since in COP26 in Glasgow, when we couldn't achieve that much, the Alex Sharma, the president of that COP, cried about how much we couldn't do anything. So this was really not a good thing that we've been doing with the COP28. The next COPs are in Azerbaijan and Brazil. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think actually we won't be able to achieve the 1.5 target that we made at the Paris Agreement. Scientists have proven we're going for 2 degrees. It may seem like 0.5 degrees more, but it's for some people in the developing world, for example, it's the difference between life and death. Now, I'm sure by then the impacts of climate change will have gotten worse. We might get a bit of motivation to actually make something a goal and do it then and there. But will it be too late is the question. Thank you everyone for watching this episode. Please subscribe and I'll see you next time for some more science with me. Bye!